a lot of these conflicts are like there's like this catalyst, right, that starts it, and a lot of them reek. Yeah. Especially the ones of more recent history. Well, then you follow that loophole of the families that are making so much fucking money. It's like war profiteering. That's supposed to be illegal, highly illegal. That's an international war crime. Like war, but yet these companies that sell the chemicals that are critical components to make bombs, they're not told to stop fucking shipping the chemicals.
Yeah.
Like,
they just like, oh,
they just keep making that money.
Don't bring that up.
Yeah, it's like, wait, if these huge companies stop providing all these chemicals and all the ammunition and all these weapons, like the sides wouldn't have stuff to hurt each other. I mean, they'd have sticks and knives and they'd have something, but they couldn't do what they're doing.
Yeah, but when you're fighting with sticks and knives, you get tired faster.
Well, it's also
you're just like, what am I doing?
It's very close and personal. It's like a drone pilot's not going to care as much as like if you have to hack someone's head off with a machete. Like that's very intimate.
Oh my god.
Like you're doing that. Like you're going to remember that for the rest of your fucking life. If you see some pixelated screen and you just nuke someone, like yeah, you'll probably feel bad. But I don't think it's. I've never killed anything like that, so I don't know. But I would assume that it's.
Well, you got that whole what's the virtual reality thing we were talking about before the show. If it's a video game like a drone thing, oh, I'm just killing people. Like kids are even getting, not that they're getting trained purposely,
right?
But they are inadvertently maybe developing this consciousness where it's just like, oh, it's on a screen, it's not real, this is fun.
Well, I mean, on that note, I mean, like where virtual reality is going with these games getting so lifelike, I believe it's really going to start to become a really big red flag. Like if you're in a video game or you're immersed in this world where you really can't tell the difference, or it's really hard to tell the difference between the reality that you actually live in and the virtual world that you're playing in, that if you're playing a game where you're killing other people and murdering people and it's that realistic, like why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Like it gets to that point where it's like, why don't you become a sports star? Why don't you build some crazy business and drive fancy cars and fuck a bunch of virtual girls and like do that? You like to go into a virtual world and murder people.
Yeah,
like what's wrong with you? It's like it made me, like I started thinking about that a few months ago, like, and it made me think about video games a little differently. But it's different when you have a screen. You're removed. It's fake.
Yeah.
But when it becomes so real that you can't really tell, then aren't you going to be really uncomfortable with killing people?
Yeah, and I get worried about the effects on the actual brain. I know I sound like a grandfather, but I'm like, if you're in that virtual reality for too long, like those people who fall asleep and die playing video games for 72 hours, like
we're gonna hear a lot more of this story.
I was gonna say, people are already doing that without it being virtual reality. If you get it in there and you get that obsessed, I mean, what's gonna happen?
What if we're already in a virtual reality?
Well, I mean, come on, man.
Well, sometimes
isn't it obvious? Don't you see the Matrix on the wall?